Once they had everything: wealth, power, and loving families. Now they sit on an old wooden bench, watching time pass slowly in silence. This is the story of two women who built empires, but lost what mattered most: love and family. There's a quiet corner in the Golden Horizon old age home, a place filled with the soft humming of ceiling fans, the smell of medicine, and the sound of chairs gently scraping the floor. Every afternoon, two women sit together near the large window. One of them is Clara Mitchell, a white woman with silver hair and kind blue eyes. The other is Grace Williams, a black woman with calm strength in her face and a smile that hides 1,000 memories. They sit there every day, watching children play in the park across the street. To others, they look like ordinary old women, tired, slow, forgotten. But behind those quiet faces lie stories of power, fame, and unspoken pain. One afternoon, Clara looks at Grace and says softly, "You know, I used to own 10 hotels in Europe. Now I don't even own a room key." Grace chuckles gently. "I used to run a billion-dollar fashion empire," she says. "Now I just fold my bedsheets in the morning and feel proud of it." Both women laugh, a laughter that sounds light, but hides a mountain of sorrow. "Funny how life changes," Clara whispers. "One day, you're signing contracts worth millions, the next, you're signing medical forms at an old age home." Grace nods. "But at least we have stories," she says. "Some people don't even get that." Years ago, Clara Mitchell was the kind of woman everyone wanted to be. She was sharp, beautiful, elegant, the face of her luxury hotel chain, Mitchell Royale. Cameras followed her everywhere. Magazines called her the Queen of Hospitality. But behind the photographs and designer clothes, her heart was always lonely. Her husband died young, and her children grew distant, too busy enjoying the money she made for them. Grace Williams, on the other hand, was fire and ambition. Born in a small town with nothing, she built her fashion brand from scratch, Grace Wear. She gave opportunities to women, she supported charities, she spoke at global events. She was the definition of power. Yet when her husband left her for a younger woman, and her son demanded his inheritance early, she realized, you can give your family the world, but you can't make them stay. Back in the old age home, Grace pours tea into 2 small cups. The sunlight touches her wrinkled hands. "Sometimes," she says, "I wonder if we work too hard for people who didn't care." Clara sighs. "I thought money would keep them close," she replies. "I gave them everything they asked for. The house, the cars, the cards, but the moment I needed someone to talk to, no one came." There's silence between them, a silence filled with truth. Grace smiles faintly. "My daughter didn't even visit when I turned 75, she says. "She sent flowers. I threw them away. I wanted her, not her money." Clara's eyes grow wet. "I know that feeling. My son came here once, stayed for 10 minutes. Told me he was busy. I said I was busy for 30 years for you. He didn't even look back. A young nurse passes by, smiling at them. 'You two always look so peaceful,' she says. Grace smiles back. Peace comes when you stop expecting. After the nurse leaves, Clara turns to her friend and says, "Do you ever regret it? The empire, the work, the late nights?" Grace shakes her head. "No. I regret thinking success would fill the emptiness inside." Clara nods slowly. "We both built worlds for everyone else. Now we're just trying to build one moment for ourselves." They both look out the window, at children laughing freely, mothers calling their names, fathers holding hands with daughters. "Look at them," Grace whispers. "They don't even know how rich they already are." That night, Grace takes out an old photograph from her drawer, her son, his wife, and her grandchild. She stares at it for a long time, then puts it beside her pillow. Clara watches her quietly. I wish I had kept more photos, Clara says. I deleted memories like I deleted old files. Grace smiles softly. Maybe memories are meant to fade, Clara. If they didn't, we'd never move forward. One weekend, the old age home receives visitors, children from a local school. They bring cards, songs, and little flowers. Clara helps them serve juice. Grace helps them arrange chairs. One little girl looks up at Grace and says, "You look like my grandma. Can I hug you?" Grace kneels, her eyes filling up. Of course, baby. The little girl hugs her tightly, and Grace's heart trembles. For the first time in years, someone hugged her with love, not duty. Clara watches, smiling but emotional. She whispers, "Maybe love finds us in small ways when we least expect it." That evening, both women sit near the window again. The sunset turns the sky golden, and the sound of laughter echoes in the distance. Grace says softly, "Maybe this is what life wanted, to slow us down so we can finally see what's real." Clara nods. We chase power. But in the end, peace was all we needed. They smile at each other, two hearts that finally found friendship in a place where everyone comes to wait. And so, in that quiet old age home, two former billionaires found the one treasure they never had, genuine companionship. Because in the end, it's not about what you own. It's about who stands beside you when everything else fades away.